Pawn is not the real enemy. If pawn was the real enemy, you could just block a website and be done forever. But that's not how it works, is it? The real enemies are boredom, loneliness, and those late-night hours. When your mind gets weak and your phone is still in your hand, that's where it starts. Not because you're a bad person, not because you're undisciplined, but because you're empty in that moment. When you have nothing to do, no direction, no physical exhaustion, no purpose pulling you forward, your brain looks for the fastest escape, and pawn is the cheapest, easiest one. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You cannot quit pawn by doing nothing. You cannot beat urges by lying on your bed and trying harder. That mental fight, you will lose it every time. Because urges are not logical, they are biological. Once the urge hits, willpower is already too late. That's why fighting it in your head never works. Instead of asking, how do I stop this urge? Ask a better question. What created this urge in the first place? Look at the pattern. It's usually late. You're alone. You've been scrolling for hours. Your body is still. Your mind is overstimulated and underworked. Past 11 p.m., your brain becomes your enemy. Decision-making drops, discipline collapses, dopamine cravings spike. That's not a weakness, that's biology. So stop negotiating with your brain at midnight. You don't win debates when your brain is tired. You win by changing the environment, control the environment, and you control the urge. If the phone is the trigger, turn it off. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you've tried before, but be honest, you didn't really remove it. You just hoped you'd resist it. Hope is not a strategy. When the urge hits, do not sit there and fight mentally. Stand up, move your body, push-ups, a walk, cold water on your face, gym, anything that forces a state change. Because when you change your physical state, the urge collapses in seconds. You've noticed this before. When you're training hard, when you're busy building something, when you're exhausted from real work, pawn barely crosses your mind. Not because you became more disciplined, but because your life became fuller. Pleasure fades fast, progress lasts. Pawn offers pleasure with zero effort and zero growth, and that's exactly why it keeps you stuck. A man with no purpose will always chase cheap dopamine. A man chasing greatness doesn't have time for it. This isn't about being perfect. It's about building a life that makes pawn irrelevant. Strength, goals, ambition, direction, real challenges. When your days are meaningful, your nights get quieter. Pawn doesn't disappear because you fought it harder. It disappears because your life got bigger than your urges. So don't ask how to quit pawn. Ask how to build a life where you don't need it. That's how you actually grow up